Good morning. Good morning. It is indeed a privilege for me to greet you and hope that you enjoyed the breakfast. Every university, in order to be great, relies on its faculty, its staff, its students, and expertise from a lot of professionals. Major studies are planned that they help to develop, deliver knowledge, create understanding, and provide leadership in the selected majors or choice of fields. We're gathered here today to celebrate the University of Findlay Volunteer Advisory Board. The program contains a short bio regarding each of the participants. The participants will come to the platform in order and introduce themselves. We hope the bio will serve as an introductory for each of you as well. Pastor Will Miller cannot be with us as he and Mrs. Miller are in Wooster, Ohio to help and see the delivery of their grandchild. So in place of that, Ron Cable, the University class 1964, a member of the Board of Governors and a most successful band director at Arlington High School, and for the past several years a co-director with Jack Taylor and the excellent University of Findlay Marching Band. Ron, would you lead us in a word of prayer, please?
Let's bow our heads, please. Lord, we thank you for this gathering here this morning, for bringing everyone together safely. And we praise your name and give you thanks for this university. We thank you for the wonderful breakfast and ask your blessing upon those who prepared it. We thank you for the alumni and friends that are here today who support this institution. And Lord, we thank you for the students who chose this university over others, and may we not disappoint them in the decisions that we make, and may they keep an open mind as they go into this troubled world. We ask your blessing this morning, Lord, upon Dr. Fell and her staff as they operate the university in many, many capacities and make decisions on a daily basis. Put your loving arms around them and give them wisdom. Be with us now as we continue to meet this meeting this morning and strengthen our relationships with one another. In your Son's name we pray. Amen.
It's my privilege to thank you in person for the tremendous work you do in behalf of the University of Findlay. Ron was very gracious in asking that God's loving arms surround us, and his arms do indeed surround us, in large part through you. So thank you. Your contribution of time, energy, and wisdom to our university makes the difference. This is indeed a mission-driven institution, and we couldn't operate without your help. So thank you. It is not just those donors of monetary gifts that we appreciate, and we do appreciate them, and most of you are also those people. But we appreciate your time and energy, and those are indeed valuable assets, and we appreciate the fact that you share them with us. The committee for today asked me to talk just a little bit about our 8 strategic goals, and I will do that in just a moment. But let me start by mentioning that we also have 5 guiding principles that the university has identified as core to our work. And those principles don't change. Strategic goals are for a time. We will accomplish them and then we'll establish new goals. But guiding principles don't change. And I believe that our campus has put together a really beautiful set of words to describe what guides us and has since the beginning of our university. The first is that we are founded in Christian principles and welcome all people. One of the principles is that we are all teachers, and another is that we are prepared to serve others. And I want to say that you advisors to us represent those three principles every day in the work that you do for us. And you teach our students by your example. You serve us and thereby exemplify service to others. So thank you for that. I want you to know how important you are to us. We do also have 8 strategic goals that we plan to accomplish together in the next 5 to 10 years. And I know we have a number of faculty and staff here today, so I'm going to ask that you stand up and tell us what one of those goals is. It doesn't have to be in order, Dee Dee. Just name one. No. Thank you. And let me just note that the first person to stand up is a teacher in the College of Education. What? Excel at teaching. Thank you. Can I get one more? She has got a cheat sheet. But good. Say that again, Dee Dee. Thank you. Thank you. Can I get one more? Dr. Sears.
Best-in-class strategic resources.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sears. That includes people, facilities, infrastructure, technology, everything. All right, how many was that? 3? All right, 5 more. Elizabeth.
Provide every student with an experiential learning experience.
Right.
Get them out of the field and doing what they're learning.
Right, hands-on learning, exemplified by a number of our colleges already, including the College of Education, the College of Business, the College of Health Professions, the College of Sciences. Every major will have experiential hands-on learning. All right, yes, Helen? Develop the whole person through individual attention. Thank you. Do I have 2 more to go? Thank you, Susan.
To equip our students for meaningful lives and productive careers.
Perfect. And one more. What are we missing? Thank you. Physical therapy speaks up. Thank you. Meet rigorous standards of program review. And we have just been through a fairly rigorous gauntlet on undergraduate programs. So that's top of mind for a lot of our faculty, and they've done a great job with it. So those are our goals. And as our advisors and close friends, we believe you should know what they are, because you will help us accomplish them. So you are in the circle now. We will have a visit from our national accreditors, the Higher Learning Commission, in the fall, and it is possible that they will want to meet with some of you. And we will get those cheat sheets to you so that you too can shine. Thank you for all you do.
When Jim Hotteshell approached me with the idea for the summit, actually it was pretty much a no-brainer. I'm the chief academic officer, and probably the favorite part of my job has always been recruiting faculty to work at the University of Findlay and become parts of the city of Findlay or Hancock County community. Selling the community is an easy sell. Actually, probably the best feature of Findlay is the school and the city itself is that spirit of cooperation that enables this community to thrive, as many other smaller communities throughout the Midwest haven't. It could be Tony Riddy, Precious Stubbe, actually any number of people in the community that help make this place thrive. Generations of service in some of these committees, minutes of service on some of these committees, because they're just meeting today for the first time. So we'll begin to have that discussion today. Our purpose today is twofold. We want to start this as an annual tradition, and we want to get the committees to begin to be aware of themselves. Actually, how many of you serve on more than one of these advisory boards? Okay, 2 or 3 of you, but not that I want all of you to serve on all the advisory boards, but we do want people to get a sense of what their differences and roles are a little bit. There's about 30 represented here today, and we won't have time to go through all of them, but we will. I will recognize all of them, but there are some that have been here for a very long time and that we know and have very active roles. So I will pick on those a little bit more. What we'll like to do in the future is plan this as a spring event, and then we would ask the individual groups then to begin to plan their advisory board meetings around this. So we could start with a breakfast meeting, and then we could go to either have a meeting before that or after that in terms of the individual board. This morning, for example, the education group was meeting right before this particular session. But probably it's more important for you to speak and meet with each other and get a sense of what the different groups do. They range from very dedicated, exhaustive groups with their own constitution, their own elections, their own fundraising initiatives, to those which are really just getting started to help us launch new programs. Actually, our newest advisory board is for a program which doesn't exist yet over here on my left in the front of the room, is for nursing, a program we hope to launch in about 2 years. In the back middle of the room, there's a program we're starting there. It's called Slippery Elm. That's kind of an interesting title for a group. But it's a magazine we'll go public with when? When, David? Go live today. All right, so perfect timing. We're opening actually a national magazine or actually opening submissions to develop a national literary magazine from the University of Findlay. Others date back forever. Actually, Mike snuck out of the room. How long has Curtain Raisers been around? 70s? How about the Alumni Association? How long has that been structured the way it is? Long time. Okay, so some of these have been around actually probably longer than me, and that's really very important. So some of the very new ones and some of the very old ones, actually, it's an opportunity to begin to help each other. What we'd like to do really in future years is, first of all, is to recognize you for your service. I think it is the defining feature of the University of Findlay. It's the defining feature of the community. And secondly, as we begin to plan going ahead, not so much for the fall, the Higher Learning Commission, they're important. They're kind of an ever-present mosquito buzzing around us. But what is really very important is that we figure out a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, how these different advisory boards can begin to work with each other. Now, I won't have, actually, I've never been on Facebook, but we're not going to do this with social media, but a way for the different boards to begin to inform and expand each other. Those have been very successful and very well developed. But by way of closing, though, what I really want to do is just have each of the boards sort of stand up and represent themselves. They're listed on the last page of the program there. And just because I'm different, we'll do it in reverse alphabetical order. The Town and Campus Group. Are there representatives from Town and Campus? Could they please stand? Hey, Bar. Okay, thank you. Social work. High pressure. Slippery Elm, Dave. Thank you. Nursing. Brand new. We hope to have that program up in a year. Nuclear medicine, our oldest actually health profession. Right? Thank you. MAZA. We don't know anything about MAZA. Where's MAZA? Ben, Barb. Okay. Marketing, which is one of our, actually businesses form a number of groups. Hey, Chris, thank you. International business. Hospitality and sport and event management. Healthcare management. Thank you. Health informatics. Finance and econ. Thank you. ESOH, environmental. That's the one I started with a long time ago. Equestrian studies, another brand new board. Hello, thank you. Physical therapy. Curtain raisers. Good. Very good. Thank you. Then we have some special boards just around individual colleges, pharmacy. Our youngest college, health professions. Okay, thanks, Ron. Education, our oldest college. Business, College of Business. Board of Trustees are sort of sit over the top of all this. Dick's our chairman of the board. Bequest and Planned Giving. Thank you. Alumni Association Board of Governors. Yeah, you guys. And the Accounting Advisory Board. All right. Way to go, Patty. Thank you. Well, a round of applause for each of yourselves. Thank you. Almost all our boards here, with the exception perhaps of the Alumni Association Board of Governors and the Bequest and Plan Giving, are organized around academic units. Over the next year, as this process begins to unfold, we'll try to make this a more formal meeting, and we'll get a structure together for a full day of Saturday events. Some of the boards are actually going to meet later today. Some have already met first thing this morning. But again, it is an opportunity, we hope, in the future for people to begin to work with each other on a very regular basis. Again, I thank all of you. Working with people is the best part of being in higher ed. I think it's probably the best part of any daily life. And it's a joy to have you on board. We'll move now to a presentation by our university singers, led by Dr. Michael Anders.
Good morning, folks. We have to move some stuff. You're getting a little preview of the concert that we're having this afternoon called the Family Concert. We'll sing just 2 or 3, 4 pieces from that we're doing this morning. And if you're free this afternoon at 3, come back here for the Family Concert. It'll be an entirely different look, entirely different show.
You broke my will. life's gristle. Don't grumble, give a whistle. And this'll help things turn out for the best. And always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. If life seems jolly rotten, then there's something you've forgotten. That's the life and smiling and senses. When you're feeling in the dumps, don't be silly chumps. Splash your lips and whistle, that's the thing. And always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. But life is quite absurd, and that's the final word. So we space your curtain with a bow. Forget about your sin, give the audience a grin. Forget it, it's your passion.
So we do double duty lots.
Good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to be young, enthusiastic like we just saw. I assure you, spring is just around the corner after seeing the snowfall this morning. It's been an interesting time being involved with this university. Sometimes I never get disappointed, bored. Enthusiasm is always there. We have a wonderful board of trustees. And I want to commend all of you here today for what you've created for this university. The bar is continually being raised. Way back 40 years ago, 49 years ago, I've been in this community. 40 years I've been involved with this university with Dr. Rasmussen, Dr. Zirkle, Dr. Fried, and now Dr. Fell. The enthusiasm on the board. You need to go to the meetings to see what happens. It's vivacious, it's enjoyable, and we go out of there with enthusiasm more so than we went in. It's been a wonderful time for everybody, hopefully, in this university. Faculty, we have an outstanding faculty, and you represent a big part of the advisory board. It's been something that we at the board sometimes don't realize how big and how many you are. But you're perhaps the nucleus of what happens at this university. So with that, I'm proud to stand here before you and represent you, and I'm sure the board feels the same way. So with that, my remarks will be short because we have another speaker to ahead. So with that, I'm going to leave you, and good luck for the future and continue your good work. Thank you very much.
See if I can pull this mic up a little bit. Good morning. It is truly an honor and a pleasure to be a part of this program this morning. Dr. Beckett, President Fell, and others, thank you for inviting me. I'm a 1963 graduate. We're celebrating our 50th anniversary at homecoming this September. It's been a delight for me to work with Dr. Howdeshell and the members of the committee as we reconnect with members of our class, some of whom we have not seen or talked with in 50 years. So I'm looking forward to September to see what comes. How many of you are graduates of the university? I think that's important. You are involved beyond just graduating from this institution. You were asked earlier how many of you serve on more than one of these groups, and I didn't see too many hands go up. But I'd like to ask you, how many of you serve on boards of some kind outside the university? I'm not surprised. People who volunteer typically will do it with 3 to 5 different organizations. And I think the value and the beauty of that is that you have an opportunity for what I call cross-fertilization. You meet people from many walks of life. You never know what you're going to learn by serving on one of these groups. When I came to the university in 1960, it was not accredited. I was a first one from my family to go to college. I had no idea what accreditation was. It never occurred to me to even ask such a question. It was only later that I discovered how important accreditation is. And there were people here at this university that worked diligently, people like yourself who served on various committees to get the accreditation for this institution. When I came in 1960, the college was a liberal arts institution, and I got an incredibly great liberal arts education that prepared me for the career that I embarked upon. Today, in fact, I noticed there's quite a few people here from the College of Education. Most of the graduates from my class went into teaching. That's what this college did, primarily, was prepare teachers. Now, it has changed dramatically since then. It is not the same. Then it was Findlay College and now the university, with all of the outstanding programs that have been added. And one of the reasons those programs are so successful is because of people like yourself that come together with colleagues of like mind that have a vision for whatever it is you might be involved with. You devote your time, your energy, your skills to making those programs first class. I was president of a college in Northwest Ohio that drew people from 5 counties. And if you know anything about Northwest Ohio, it was predominantly agricultural. And yet we had companies in the area that truly had an international flavor to them. And my vision for the college was homegrown, world class. We brought people from the local community, but we had to prepare them to go out and work for companies that were world-class institutions. University of Findlay is no different. One of the differences you probably draw from a wider area than just 5 counties, but you are preparing people to go from here to be world-class citizens, world-class employees. I want to share with you a story that is my favorite story. I grew up on a farm, and so I have a lot of barnyard humor. And I'll share some of that with you. A chicken and a pig were traveling together one day. They had been traveling for hours. Lunchtime was approaching, and they were getting hungry. Came to a little roadside diner. And out in front of the diner was a flashing sign that said, "Bacon and eggs." The chicken really got excited. Pig couldn't understand why. Said, "Why do you get so excited?" The chicken said, "Look through the windows there. There are dozens of people in there. They're having bacon and eggs. We could go into business for ourselves. We could make a lot of money." The pig said, "Well, I wouldn't mind making a lot of money, but I don't get nearly as excited when I see that scene as you do." The chicken said, "Why not?" Pig said, "Listen, for you it's just a contribution. For me it's total commitment." Well, there are a lot of people that are willing to make the contribution. But the truly successful people, the truly successful programs involve total commitment. And you're those kind of people, or you wouldn't be here this morning. So I'm extremely proud to be a graduate of this institution. And I'm thrilled to see the direction that it's currently headed. Our class is going to be sponsoring a couple of rooms in the new science building. If you haven't been over to see it, you must go and look. It is a first-class facility and a lot of first-class people in there making it work. You're fortunate to have a chairman of a board, a president of an institution that's drawing people together like yourselves. I'm now retired. a second time from a college presidency. And people ask me, do I miss it? And I say, well, there's a lot of the headaches that I don't miss. But I do miss the people. Because no organization is any better than the people that are a part of it and surround it. And you come together to surround this institution, to put your own stamp upon what's going on here for the future. And I wish you the very best. God bless you all. Thanks.
Thanks to President Fell's leadership, Dr. Beckett's leadership, the university staff, and everyone here. All of you participate into what Larry has so well presented to you, an outstanding education and professionalism. I want to, on behalf of the university, thank you for assisting the university to meet its mission as stated in the last page of your program. We want you to have a wonderful day. God bless, and God bless America.